the UFC card on the White House, an exclusive insight on how it's gonna look and why so many people are hating on it in this video. Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Yo, assalamu alaikum, my what's good?
As always, let's get right into it. So, I don't know, I think that's the only video about it where all the pictures are from, so that's why I clicked it. Let's listen to it. I haven't watched it.
We all know President Trump loves UFC crowds and they love him. But he usually needs to travel to see a UFC fight, but not next July when America...
Well, doesn't he... Does the president live in the White House? I don't even know because I'm not from America, but I thought he lives in Miami, like in this Mar-a-Lago thing. That's in Miami, right? He doesn't need to travel for that.
250 will welcome a major UFC
Hey, knockout event, America 250. Is that the name of the... Is that the name of the event? America 250? Yeah, well, America turns 250 years old, but I wonder, like, how are they gonna call, like, is it gonna be not a pay-per-view, which pay-per-views in the UFC are always numbered, right? UFC 320 is coming up, 321 is in October, I'll be there, and you know what I mean? And 250 obviously is long gone. Actually, what was UFC 250? UFC 250. That was, oh my god, what a horrible card. Oh my goodness, that was an Alchis lane choked out Corey Santitz. But yeah, it seems to be one of those big events, a numbered event. But will they make an exception and call it UFC America 250 or something? I don't think they will just call it UFC, I don't know, 335 or whatever number it will be back then. You know what I mean? I think they will have a special name for it. Maybe it's UFC America 250. Would be cool. But yeah, I haven't really looked at those pictures yet. This looks... Excuse my ignorance, I'm not from America. This is the White House itself, right? So this is like the on the lawn of the White House. That looks dope as F. I mean, honestly, that looks... Why is Grant Dawson against... Who is that? Looks like Michael Chandler in a way. What is that fight? Is that Ludovic Klein? No. Who is that? I should know it. I'm confused, but why is Grant Dawson there? What the hell is going on? But anyways, this looks absolutely awesome. I don't know how many people fit here, but it's obviously not too many. But Dana has said it will be invite only. You cannot purchase tickets for it and all of that. Makes sense. The US has an insane security detail around the president, around the White House and all of that. You can't just get there. Understandable in my opinion. And honestly... Well, I do think it will be a special one to be there in person, but just like the Sphere, I do think the at-home experience is nearly as good, if not better. I've been to many UFC events, and I have to tell you, I love to go to the UFC events just to be there, to be part of the spectacle, but it's much better to watch it at home. You see the fights much better, the atmosphere is better in person, obviously, but overall, the experience is better at home, in my opinion, because it's just much better to watch the fights. Especially if it's elevated like that. Those people here will not see anything. As soon as the fight hits the ground, they will not see what's going on. They will have to watch screens. And there's probably going to be screens up here, I imagine. I wonder, what is that they're building here? This seems to be a huge construction that they'll put there. Will they, like, how long will that take? That looks like a permanent construction or something. That's a heavy freaking thing.
It's coming to 1600 Pennsylvania
It looks
Avenue.
absolutely
and
crazy.
UFC President Dana White just gave Brett a preview of what the...
Wow. With fireworks? That would be cool. Okay. So I wonder those things here. If that's just quick little, let's put it up there, or if that's like, that looks to me like something that takes forever to put up. Maybe I'm just not too well versed in construction, but I mean, look, I'll give you my overall take at the end.
Oh man, it's awesome.
Looks absolutely
UFC
crazy.
Legend will also be
I marked that himself, yeah.
McGregor want to be a part of that.
This interview,
I'm on it.
I was, I don't want to pause all the time, but I was searching for that interview everywhere. I only saw that clip on Instagram. Where is the whole interview? I searched for McGregor, the Ingraham angle, because that's what it says, the Ingraham angle. Oh wait, is that the one of the girl? How do I find the whole... That must be a whole interview, right?
This is me.
Fox and Friends.
Michael Chandler and myself have done the show, The Ultimate Fighter. We've had a good...
I want Diaz versus Conor.
And...
The trilogy.
You know, the Mac is excited to get
The
back.
Mac Daddy.
Here to
I want this fight, the trilogy. This fight back here. Michael Chandler, yeah.
expect as UFC fighter
Poor Michael.
Chandler, a good tough guy. Michael, how are you tonight? How big?
By the
of a
way,
man?
sorry that I pause all the time. I hate myself for it, but if you remember her and Conor and Diaz, legendary moment. Is this the money channel or what the fuck's going on here? Gentlemen, could you give me a quick count to 10? Nate can only count to 5. 10.
Is this one going to be
legendary?
My friend, this is amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely amazing. Thank you for having me. You know, Dana said it earlier on Brett's show. They are in the business of putting on one-of-one experiences that you will never be seen again. Fighting at the White House in June, July, whenever it is going to be absolutely spectacular on America's birthday, no less.
Do you expect that this will be like a light show, kind of something like we've?
I think it's
seen
gonna be
before
very
UFC?
bright
I mean,
again,
I've
just
been
like
to UFC
in
fights.
the sphere fights.
But
The canvas was very bright. If you watch the sphere events, watch your normal UFC events.
Trump is promising something very different for the way this will look.
What is that? What is that? Is that a Lincoln Memorial that Dana talked about? What is that? Looks beautiful.
Yeah, one thing
like
is for
Rome.
sure: expect the unexpected. When
What
you
the
got
hell?
Dana White and Donald Trump, you got their brains
those
behind
Waynes?
it, their promotional brains behind it, man.
Ah, no, true. Dana said there will be like a watch party type-esque thing that they'll set up, which is crazy.
Expect the unexpected. Nothing is impossible for these gentlemen. It's going to be a one-of-one type of show. Obviously, as we heard Conor earlier, that is the fight to make. Conor and I, we have some history. We did the Ultimate Fighter 12 weeks on ESPN. I'm the opponent that he wants. He's the opponent that I want, and it seems like that's a heck of a main event.
I don't think you're the
UFC White
opponent
House.
Conor wants. I think you're the opponent Conor needs to get. Conor's not in a position at this moment to say, nah, I want him, I want him. He's still Conor, but you get what I'm saying. He needs to take Chandler. And Chandler, bro, wouldn't it be funny if the fight never happens on the White House, if it just falls through again? Wouldn't it be kind of funny just because Chandler, like since 3 years now or something, Conor McGregor thinks he's gonna fight Conor. Yeah, this date is booked, that is booked, this and that. He's always, fight's gonna happen, always falls through. Then he moves on from the fight, has 2 more fights, loses both of them, somehow still is in for the fight. Now he's hyped for the White House, is probably, I don't know, pulling out the red panties, adopting 3 new children because of that. And then he falls through again. That would be kind of hilarious.
How many times have you had your nose broken, Michael? Have you lost track?
That is kind of a asshole question, because if you look at Chandler's nose, it's obvious why she asks that question.
You know, I've lost track. I think I lost track of the stitches as well, you know, but that's what we do. The scars and the crooked noses, they remind people of what you've done, what you've accomplished, and that you're a man, that you're
It's a nice shirt it is wearing. It looks very like cleanly ironed out. I like it. Iron Michael Chandler.
We go through a lot as fighters. We go through a lot, and just to see as
Conor McGregor
that we're talking about a fight at the White House, it's absolutely spectacular. What Dana White has done with the UFC over the last 32, 33 years is absolutely amazing. I'm very blessed to be a part of it. And it keeps
punches,
getting bigger and
kicks, and jabs. Is a jab not a punch now, or what? Who the hell wrote that? Punches, kicks, and jabs. That's the most stupid title I've ever seen.
Do you expect this to be your biggest fight? I mean, you've had some legendary fights, but do you think this will be
who's a baddie behind the left?
unlike anything else because of the atmosphere, the president, or the occasion?
I do. You know, this has all of the ingredients needed for the biggest fight in UFC history. You've got Conor McGregor and myself, 2 huge stars in the UFC. We've got history. There was a build-up to this fight, and now you're talking about 250 years of this great nation of ours, America's birthday, the celebration near July 4th
press conference
at the White House. Like we said, this will never, ever be done before. Never did we ever think this would even be possible, and here we are talking about it. Every time I talk to somebody about it, whether they have heard about it, they are absolutely ecstatic about it, or they haven't heard about it and they think I'm lying to them, Laura. It's absolutely nuts. And you look at the renderings. Have you seen the renderings? It's absolutely amazing.
All right. Well, everyone's going to want a ticket. I want to go. I hope I can. Michael, I can't wait to see you there, my friend.
Hey, Sean Hannity.
Yeah, you're probably going to see him there in the crowd. Wouldn't it be funny if Chandler just... I like Chandler, but I don't know. It would be kind of funny if he wouldn't make it to the fight there. that have to watch in the crowd how, I don't know, some random English dude, Tom Aspinall or someone headlines the card, and he's like, I'm the American Conor McGregor. If you ever get your house in order. Chandler will fight Conor in the elderly home. Anyways, but what I also wanted to get to, like, overall the summary from me is, it looks absolutely amazing, and it's insane that we in our lifetime get to see something like that. You have to see, who could have imagined that the UFC, a sport that was banned for so long in so many states and cities and all of that, is now freaking having an event at the White House. UFC 205, when was that? When Conor fought Alvarez, when was that? 2016, 15, something like that. That was the first event where the UFC was even allowed to hold an event in the state of New York. That's 10 years ago at the event of the White House. 10 years after you get legislated for one of the biggest states, you are having an event at the White House. This is nuts. And I honestly do not understand. I do not understand. And write in the comments if you're one of those guys, or write your opinion in the comments overall. Why are people hating on this? I can't see it. I don't care if you're politically left, if you're politically right, if you're in the middle, if you don't care about politics at all. I don't care about that. This is not a political matter. Is it Donald Trump that organizes the event and came up with the idea? Yes. Do you have to like him? No. You don't have to like him. You can like him or hate him. I don't care if you do, whatever you do. But your hatred for him should have nothing to do with the fact that it's freaking amazing that the White House, the most sacred, special place of America, the most important place of America, is the host of a UFC. If you are a UFC fan, how can you not be proud and happy about that? What does the UFC MMA world lose with that? Oh, they get too heavy into politics. No, they don't. No, they don't. You have Peyton Talbot painting his fingernails. Like, don't come at me with it's getting too political. And don't act like, I don't know, fighting was ever, I don't know, a sport that was heavy liked by the left-wing world or something like that. Don't make this about politics. Of course, politics are involved automatically because the president of the United States is friends with Dana White, and that's why they can host that event. Of course, there's politics behind it in the involvement, but it has nothing to do with the event. The event will not be a right-wing event or something like that. It's a freaking UFC event in a historic venue. This will be remembered forever. Forever. And don't forget, just 4 years ago, Democrats, the left side, was in the White House. It's not like the White House is a right-wing site. It's not like, I don't know, they're having fights at the fucking Holocaust Museum or something like that. This didn't make too much sense. But you get the message. I can't see why you hate on that. Just because you don't like the president should have nothing to do with you not liking the UFC, which you obviously like if you care about it, having an event at the White House. Like, what is wrong with you guys? You realize that everywhere the UFC goes, Azerbaijan, Abu Dhabi, all those places, the politicians there, the kings or sheikhs or whoever, whatever they call them, the presidents, in every place they go, are involved. You realize that, right? If they go to the UK, maybe it's not Keith Starmer himself, but the governor, if they even call it like that, of London or something like that, is involved. The politics side is always involved. Political people are always involved in making those events happen. Azerbaijan paid the UFC quite a nice amount of money to hold the event there. I don't see anyone crying about Azerbaijan. I don't know. I don't like the country or the politician because of this and that. This event is horrible. It destroys our sport. Like, no, what the hell are you talking about? It's just a cool event in Azerbaijan. Whether you like their politics or not, it's a cool event in Azerbaijan. A cool way to expose the UFC to a broader audience. And like, if you're a UFC fan, you lose nothing. You get a UFC event at the White House for free on CBS, Paramount, whatever the freak it's called. You get it for free. You can watch a historic event. Where were you hating when the Sphere happened? Maybe the builder of the Sphere, the owner of the Sphere is maybe, I don't know, maybe he's right wing or left wing or whatever. Maybe the owner and the builder and whatever of the Sphere is a person that you don't like. Does that make you not like the Sphere event? Because like people are so stupid, it's beyond me. Because I thought when I saw this, I was like, damn, that looks so awesome. I went to the comments to see some cool positive comments. All I see is hate. All I see is politics, this and that, Epstein Island. Like, bro, what? You don't have to like Donald Trump to like the UFC at the White House, you freaking dummy. Like, it's literally beyond me. But I could go on a rant forever about that. I think it's absolutely awesome. I can't wait for that event. Dana said it will be the best card ever. Whenever Dana normally says this, he makes it happen. Just look at UFC 300, was absolutely crazy, right? So I can't wait to see the lineup. I can't wait to see who's going to fight there. I hope Conor against Diaz would be very cool. Would be kind of fun if Chandler gets excluded. But I would also watch Conor Chandler, obviously. Write your favorite wish fight in the comments, you guys. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Would appreciate that. Check out my merch store, bloodshop.net. Links in the bio. Get the freshest MMA merch in the industry. Check it out, you guys. Stay bloody. And until the next one. Bye-bye. Bloodsport out.